Hey everybody, this is Blue, but we're going to work on something positive today. I have been role playing for many years. I am currently making a new world, an alternative Earth world, in which I am going to use to re-embrace with paganism and to learn about paganism even more. The game system that I play is called Rolemaster, and the nice thing about that is I can do solo adventures, solo gaming, meaning that I can be the DM and the player, because you can. They have so many charts and graphs in here. You can do that, which is one thing I love about this game. So my plan is to create a group of 8 people, be 4 male, 4 females, because balance is important. The reason why there's 8 because there are going to be, there's 8 Sabbats, and I will have each character run one Sabbat celebration. This will be located outside of Cork, Ireland, and the reason why is because of my history. My ancestors, when they came to the United States, they're on my dad's side. They left at Cork, Ireland. So I was trying to give a little homage to that area. That way, when I set up my scenarios, I learn even more about Cork, Ireland in that area. So I will be creating a small village where my 8 characters live at. And they are just going to be doing normal, everyday pagan things. Their big bad that they gotta fight is a local warlord who's trying to build up his power, and he's going to harass and attack the village. The village only has 52 people in it, and so it's not going to take much to harass them. And so as they live their life, they are going to experience some hardships. They are going to embrace their spirituality, and they are going to grow. And as the characters grow, I will hopefully learn more. Through the 8 characters, they are each going to have their own professions, their own unique personalities. I'm going to have a farmer because, since paganism is earth related, I am going to have a farmer. And this is why I'm starting it when I do. I'm going to begin on Beltane because that's the first day summer in the Celtic calendar. And so this is when he is going to be planting his crops, and so I figured that would be an ideal time to start my campaign. And so I need to have a farmer. There's a warrior because yes, fantasy is rough, history is rough, and so there needs to be at least a warrior that can stand up and protect, because that's what we should do as people, and even in the modern world, is protect people. Next is a healer. Obviously, people are going to get hurt. This is somebody who is going to go around and help the injured. Next is a scholar. We have to learn. When you stop learning, you stop living. And so I wanted a character that inspired us to learn. And so they need a village. A village needs a teacher, right? Because there's children. So this is what fits in pretty good in my idea. The next 2 I gotta explain. In the pagan communities, the term warlock is bad. It's considered bad. This isn't the Hollywood, hey, it's a male, so a male witch is a warlock. No. Warlock in many of the pagan traditions is considered the Oathbreaker, a bad person, somebody that is going to go against, the rules of a group. But in my game, there are so many spell lists, so much that there is to learn, that I decided to split it into two professions. I have my witch and I have a warlock, but the warlock is not baddie. It's just somebody on a different path. You could say that the witch profession in my game is more kind of your right-handed, possibly even Wiccan witch, whereas my warlock is more of a left-handed witch. He does some things that would be considered darker. Doesn't make him evil. It's just that he has a different perspective on witchcraft. The next is a naturalist. A naturalist is my version of a druid. I did not want to use druid or animist because they have been so beat up and manipulated for so many different things where they kind of lost their original meaning. I mean, so many games use druid and they all put their own flares, and I just decided to create a naturalist. This is somebody that will live out near the village but in nature and uses nature and magic in defenses. And the final one is the entertainer builder. This character is going to have a little bit of a repair shop type event, but he or she also likes to write poems and songs. He is going to have a lute, and he or she is kind of the entertainer of the village. So when they have their Sabbats, he's playing his lute, he or she may be playing his lute, singing or telling poetry, while other people are doing other parts for the Sabbats. I don't know if I said this. I mentioned Cork Ireland. That is for a specific reason. When my family originally left Europe, their port of debarkation was Cork Ireland. This is for my dad's side. And so I wanted to kind of give that a little homage, and then as I create the area, I learn more and more about Cork, and thus, in ways, I learn a little bit more about my family. And I think that's good. I don't know if I've said it. They're going to be fighting a local wannabe warlord who's going to be harassing the village, trying to steal from them. And so as the village tries to live their normal life, they also have to deal with a warlord, which is going to be a character arc and all that, which I think is important. The last thing I have on my list for this concept is the village itself does not use money. They barter. They work as a team to keep going. Everybody's dependent on everybody else. But they have to go to Cork to the markets there to sell and make money so that they can pay the taxes, to keep going. So there is going to be, an economic level into this adventuring that I want to do. I think this would be a great way for me to learn a little bit more about paganism, as I'll be role-playing these 8 characters, but really the rest of the village is going to be NPCs, but I am going to be taking Celtic Pagan aspects and working through them and to set up my scenarios, because the plan is every other week take them on an adventure, or basically have the adventure come to the village and work this out. And like I said, because I will be having to create everything, I will be learning more. I will be able to embrace more and more of the Celtic path that I follow. So I think that would be a good thing. I forgot to show this part. That's the map of my fantasy Earth. That's the map that's actually behind me. And right there is my fantasy UK. And like I said, Cork is at the bottom in Ireland. And so I think that is going to be very cool to work with. And so everybody out there, please take care. Be at peace.